I will. Thank you for tuning in. My name is Shea Frank, and today I wanted to carry on talking about this Wicca neo-pagan thing. But in previous videos I have said that I'm not a witch. I'm not wanting to get into any kind of a spooky witchcraft thing. And yeah, so I have my book of enlightenment, and I wanted to get away from this witchy thing and have my own customs. And so today I was going to talk about the wine blessing. I touched on that with the tools of the altar, that you need a chalice or a cup or a glass of some kind, and that is for me for the wine blessing. The wine blessing is I've taken that from Jewish, so I don't like to say the word religion. I could say it's belief system. So the Jewish have their Friday evening rituals that has to do with the Sabbath, respecting the Sabbath. And I've been doing this myself for a few years now, or a year and a half. The Friday evening is respecting the Sabbath, as God rested on the seventh day and we shouldn't do any work on the seventh day, etc. And so they drink wine, and they have some kind of wee cookies or piece of bread, like a cinnamon bun or something, which they eat and drink a glass of wine for this Friday evening ritual. And so I thought, well, first of all, they're Jewish. This is before Christ. And I thought, we Christians drink wine, this is the blood of Christ, and drink and eat something like a little wee bread type thing, being the flesh of Christ. But the Jewish didn't accept Christ, and they do this. So I thought, what's all this about? So then just recently, because I have gotten a bit into this Wicca, and I find a lot of good YouTubers, lots of interesting information, found this cake and ale thing. I thought, well, your neo-pagan Wicca people have a cake and ale ritual. So this goes back way before Christ, and I call myself a pre-Christian. I don't anything that's before Christ, so pre-Christian, and that's why the Jewish belief system and what they were. Well, I was learning about that. I was on internet and found good websites about the Jewish belief system, and that's where I got all this stuff as well. So that's kind of my explanation to the Friday evening wine blessing, which I have in my Book of Enlightenment as one of the concepts of my protected shelter. And I do that every Friday evening. Or sometimes it doesn't work on a Friday evening, somewhere else. I'm invited somewhere and I don't come home especially. So I've done it on a Saturday morning. So that is why my plastic glass is my chalice at the moment. I'm just starting out as well, but I use this for a Friday evening. So that's my chalice at the moment, as I'm just starting out myself and learning I'd love to get myself something really nice, like a pewter mug or something, which I would only use for the Wheel of the Year Sabbats, because it would be something special. Because I do this every Friday evening. As a respecting the Sabbath, which was the seventh day. In the seventh day God rested. In the seventh day you should do no work. It is impossible in this day and age, and in this modern world, to not have to do something. But that's why I called it respecting the Sabbath, because I'm saying to the gods, I respect this idea. It's just not possible, but I'm showing my respect, because it gets me into the Mayans and their belief system and their calendar of 13 months or 28 days, which is in my Book of Enlightenment. It's the next chapter of the concepts and the customs of my protected shelter. And comes the chakras are in there, meditation and yoga, and the Mayan belief system. I believe that we should have 13 months of 28 days, and I know what your Wiccan and neo-pagan beliefs are, that you have your Sabbats and every full moon. Well, you should know, I'm not telling you anything new, you should know there's 13 full moons in a year, but there's only 12 months, so there's something wrong with our time system. And this is why my next video will kind of go into the next chapter in my Book of Enlightenment, which is my concepts and my beliefs are, or have a lot to do with the Mayans as well. So you can look out for the next episode. So I thank you very much for tuning in, and I look forward to you tuning in again next time.